Hello guys, in the last few videos you would have seen me testing out my little vehicle PCB here. It was working pretty perfectly, so what I'm going to do is put it in the Ford and see if we can get it going. We have two things to deal with really. The servo here at the front isn't working, so I need to get some spare parts and replace that, and I need to mount this little PCB above the drive motors here at the back. Hopefully there'll be space for a battery as well. I did have this little bit of foam here just to space things out, but I'm hoping that this will fit right in here with the radio module coming up through the top here, and that will let it radiate a bit better. Then we can just connect the two motors. Hopefully the battery will fit in and we can just bring it for a spin. Well, I went to take a look at the servo to figure out why I had it apart. Why was it, what had broken? Was it the control board or the gears or what? But when I hooked it up to our little PCB here, it's just working fine. So I put it back together, and I just put a cable tie here to fix that a little bit better in place. But I think that's alright, so I'll just move on to the installing the PCB at the back here. So I'm going to have to connect it to the drive motors here. There's only 4 wires to connect because everything is already wired on the PCB here. So I just have to connect the 4 wires and connect the servo wires in, and that's it. Pretty simple. Okay, well here's the 2 motors wired up. You can see we have our 2 N20 motors there, output shafts sticking out either side, and we are connected here to both motors coming back to the side of our TB6612FNG motor driver there. So everything there is pretty perfect. I added a power, a ground, a power and a signal so that I can hook up to a trailer. It doesn't look like there's going to be space for a battery in this. Now this is only a temporary thing that I'm doing to get it driving for the time being, but in future obviously I'll be hiding a battery. There's space underneath the seat inside the cab, so I'll be able to get a battery in there without too much trouble. And also I'll want to add lights to this later on, but just for now I want to test out the drive really. So if I give it some power now, hopefully you can see the output shafts there. Drive forward and you can see both output shafts are driving. So now if I want to turn to the left, you can see that the output shaft on the right is moving faster, and that's because the wheel on the right has to travel further when we're taking a left hand turn. And if I switch over the other side, now you'll see that we're steering to the right, so the wheel on the left has to travel further distance, so its output shaft is moving faster. So that's the whole idea of the 2 rear motors. And as you can see, there's pretty much been no wiring in this at all, just wired the motor. I have to wire the servo, and of course I'm ignoring the LEDs for the time being, but still most of the wiring has already been done on this. We don't have wires going to the radio, and we don't have wires going to the TB6612FNG motor driver, so it's looking pretty good so far. Now I have the steering servo attached as well, so if we hit our steering, you can see that's working fine. And maybe you can't see the output shafts as easily now, but yeah, you should be able to see one is spinning there faster than the other. So I'll put the model back together now, and all of that will hopefully be pretty apparent when it's driving. We should have much better cornering. Okay, well here it is, finished. The turning circle is pretty good there, I think. I'll have to maybe get it on the diorama, try take a few corners and compare it to, say, the standard IR Control 32 Fent 930, and maybe the Massey, because the Massey is the worst controlled tractor that I have. So if I get it going around one particular corner, and we'll be able to compare how close they turn. There could be room for fine tuning this yet. I'll have to maybe take a look at it. It seems to be going pretty good though, so maybe it won't need any further tuning than this. So that's my vehicle PCB in one of the models, this Ford TW35. Seems to be working pretty good. Hopefully it'll turn out to perform better than the other models. But if you like that video, make sure and hit the like button, and if you have any comments or suggestions, let me know in the below the video or in the forum. And that's pretty much everything, so thanks very much for watching.